Are you ready for it? It is challenge time. I am going to be breaking down for you what we need to do in the next 4 weeks to lose 10 pounds. Now, this is things that have worked for me in the past, and I really want to break them down so that you really figure out what you need to do to make this work for you. This challenge starts Monday, September 14th and runs till Monday, October 13th. This is 4 weeks, and we can do anything for 4 weeks, right? So we're going to get right into what we need to do, what this challenge is all about, and the couple areas that I think are really important that we need to concentrate on. Now, not all of these areas may be necessary for everybody. Some of you may already be doing some of these things. It may be a little bit of a reminder of these areas to be conscious of, but remember, change doesn't happen when we're stagnant. Change happens when we are challenged. So I'm going to try and challenge you in a few areas to get yourself where you really need to be and where your mindset needs to be. So we are going to start as we start every single challenge. Weigh, measure, picture. I know we all hate to do it. I hate to do it more than anybody, but nobody at the end of a weight loss has ever said, I wish I hadn't taken a picture. Nobody. Everybody is always thrilled when they get to look back and see the results. So take the picture. Nobody needs to see these results but you. Get your tape measure, write them down, stick them away. We're not looking at them for 1 month. I also want you to get yourself a journal. Now, it could be just one of these little duotangs that you pick up at the dollar store. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something so that you can record your progress as you go, writing down what you're eating, what your workout is, what things are going on in your head, how you're feeling at the time, what your triggers have been, some way that you can document what you're doing, because things don't happen unless we write them down. It's so true. This is where you see your goals become reality. This is how dreams begin, by writing them down. Now, I want you to start with what is your why. We have gone back to this many times over and over and over, but it's so important to you that you know what is your why. Why do you want to make a change? Why do you want to lose 5, 10, 15, 30, 50 pounds? Why? What is your goal? Is your goal to feel better, to be healthy, to fit into that outfit? What is your reason for doing it? That why is going to get you through the next 4 weeks, because you are going to come back to that daily. That why I want to be in your mind every minute when you are thinking of what you're going to eat, what you're going to do, what you're going to not do. You're thinking about doing a workout and you don't want to. I want you to go, what's my why? Why? Why needs to be foremost in your mind as to why you are doing things. We're going to have a couple mantras, because mantras, again, are really important. You want to get the best of you. If you are pushing yourself through a workout and you are feeling fantastic, you are giving your best. If you are just going through the motions and whatever, I just need to get this done, you are not giving your best. So this is 4 weeks of giving your best. Now, as I said, mindset is everything. You need to get yourself in a frame of mind where you are ready to begin this journey. It is a journey. It is an ongoing journey. It is a journey for life. People don't just lose weight and then go back to their regular way of life. This is about change. It's about doing things that are going to be creating change in your mindset, creating change in your body, and you're going to do this in the next 4 weeks. So all we need to do is put a little bit of effort into what we are thinking and writing down what we are thinking and how that is affecting our day. So I want you to start off in your morning writing down what your goals are. What do you want to accomplish for that day? You want to get your 10,000 steps in? Do you want to get your extra workout in? Do you want to eat healthy? Like whatever those goals for that particular day that you might be struggling with, that maybe you're not getting all those steps in. So your goal is going to be, I want to get my steps in today. I want to eat better today. So that's great. Put them up in the corner of your journal page. And now we're going to start our day. Only take a couple moments on this. I don't want you to get into really, really big detail. Just a couple quick points of what do I want to accomplish today? Because every day is a new opportunity. Every moment, every second, every minute is a new opportunity to get it right. It's a new opportunity to be the person that you want to be. It's a new opportunity to do better. It really is. Everything happens in small increments. We make hundreds and thousands of decisions every day, and those decisions shape who we are. It's about making that decision in that moment that is going to be the difference in whether you fail or don't fail. So let's get into the actual logistics of what we're going to be doing, right? Number one is going to be our diet. How we eat is so important, that we are getting healthy foods into our body. It may sound like a beaten up record, but you need to pick a couple meals that you can eat consistently every day of the week, that you don't change. Just like when you were growing up in school. You had your alphabets for breakfast, you had your peanut butter and honey sandwich, your cookie and your apple for lunch, and you went home and had dinner. But you knew every day you were having the same breakfast and the same lunch. Well, as an adult, you may eat a little bit differently, I hope. But for me, when I get up in the morning, I have my protein waffles. 40 grams of protein. Document the video here so that you can look back and see how to make them if you're not sure. 40 grams of protein to start off your day. Trying to get 30 to 40 grams of protein in every meal. It is hard, but there's a few little tricks that you can use that will really help you to get more protein in your diet. If you enjoy Greek yogurt, if you enjoy cottage cheese, those are great ways of getting your protein in. If not, the protein waffles come into play. Eating lots of meat. These are ways that we can get the protein in. Protein is really important. It's going to help you. It's going to sustain you. It's going to keep you full. It's going to keep you from snacking, because snacking is the worst thing that we can do. We need to eliminate the snacks. And in order to eliminate the snacks, we need to make sure that we are eating enough at those meals so that we aren't hungry. And if you are hungry, you haven't eaten enough. And that is super, super important, that you eat enough to get yourself full, but not so much that you are stuffed. Really important part. And snacking is just the worst thing that we can do for our bodies. I know we've all been raised on the 3 meals and 2 snacks a day, but if you can eliminate those snacks by eating enough in your breakfast, lunch, and supper so that you don't need the snacks just become a habit, because you're not necessarily hungry. You're just picking, right? You're just picking. And I read a study that was really shocking, that people put food in their mouth between 17 and 21 times a day, not including their meals. Now, that's an awful lot of time to be eating, because your body does not need that food all the time. Grazing used to be a great way to eat. Nowadays, grazing is not the way to eat, because we really want to give our body those fasting hours. Even if it's short fasting hours, the fasting hours between breakfast and lunch are important. The fasting hours between lunch and dinner are important. And the ones between dinner and your next morning are important. But it's really good to give your body that time with no food, so that your body can do other things besides constantly be ingesting, digesting, doing all the work it needs to be doing to deal with what you are putting in it. It needs to be able to heal itself. And healing itself usually happens when you aren't eating. Now, what you want to eat is totally up to you. But I really would like you to think about less sugar in your diet, less carbs in your diet, and making those meals consistent. If you need to get yourself into a plan where you eat the dog's dinner every day, that's fine. I am one of those people. I eat the same things almost every day. And I think a lot of people do. You have a routine of what your breakfast is, what your lunch is, what your dinners are. And you have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday meals. You may go out one night, but you have specific meals that you eat all week long. And that is what makes up your week. And that is what makes up your weight, is what you eat on a consistent basis that is causing your problems and maybe causing you to not be able to lose those few extra pounds that you want to lose. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having the odd cookie with your cup of tea, but I am saying that if you can eliminate that cookie, at least for 4 weeks, you are going to notice a difference in the less sugar, a difference in the less carb, a difference in just having that little snack that you really didn't need. Now, I also want you to spend a lot of time in awareness. So for the next 4 weeks, awareness is going to be key. When you go to have something, I want you to think about it. I want you to stop and say to yourself, not today. Use one of your mantras. Not today. I'm not going to do this to myself. Do I really need this? Make the decision based on what your actual body needs. Do I need to eat this handful of marshmallows? Just an example. But do I need to eat these? I really don't. Put them away. Walk on. If you're finding yourself trapped in a zone where if I stay in this house any longer, I'm going to eat something, go for a walk around the block. You need to substitute the time that you have spent eating with other activities. And this is really important. Get outside. Get outside every opportunity you can, because this will really help you stopping with the eating. Getting more water in. When you're hungry, have a glass of water. It really does make a difference. And these are small changes that you can make in your lifestyle that will help to make a difference on that scale. Now, I know that I have talked many times about what I eat in a day. One more time, with feeling, just so that you know that this is something that you can really do. I wake up and I have 20 ounces of water. When I turn that kettle on to boil the water, I drink a glass of water. I then make myself my cup of tea. After I have my cup of tea, we are out the door. We are out the door for a walk over to the park, down the trail, 10,000 steps, get her done. You don't have to do 10,000 steps, but you need to make that effort of getting up and getting something done. It's the walk, it's the workout, it's whatever you need to do at that particular moment, but get it done, because the earlier in your day that you can get it done, the less you have to worry about it. I am not a morning person, and my morning starts later than most people, and that's okay. But one of the first things I do when I get up is to get my water in and to get some exercise in. They're out of the way. I don't need to worry about it. If I get more, it's bonus. When I come back from my exercise, more water. Okay, usually my husband and I will make another cup of tea and we'll drink another glass of water and we go sit out in the yard and just kind of talk about our day and what's going to happen and what we have planned. And it's a really good way of kind of getting yourself in line and just getting that mindset that this is how my day's going to go. I've already gotten in 40 ounces of water. I've already done a workout. I am ready and set to go for my day. Next, I have my breakfast. I have my protein waffles, and I have my protein waffles every day. That is my staple. I make them up. I freeze them. I do 18 at a time, 3 bananas, make up my week's worth of protein waffles, and I have my protein waffles. I shove them in the microwave for a minute and a half. They're done. Boom, boom. Bob's your uncle. I'm finished. Simple, easy, effective. Doesn't take long to prep them. Doesn't take long to heat them up and eat them. Great way to get 40 grams of protein in my morning, because protein is so important in the diet. I want you during these 4 weeks to try to get a minimum of 70 grams of protein. Now, you can read and hear all the things you want on protein. You know, you need to eat 1 gram of protein for your body weight, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, are you a power lifter? Are you somebody that's out there wanting to get some really big muscles? Maybe you need more protein. But for the normal person, you just need to get protein into your day. And 70 grams is not that difficult. If I had 40 grams for breakfast and I have a chicken breast for dinner, I've already got 70 grams of protein. So it's really easy to maneuver this protein in your life. Don't worry about thinking you need to eat 1 gram of protein for every pound of your body weight, because it's just not necessary. Age plays a big factor into it, but it's just not necessary. We are trying to lose 5 to 10 pounds in the next 4 weeks. You don't need to go crazy. You need to get yourself used to eating this way, okay? Eating more protein. I don't want us all going gangbusters. I want us to casually get to the point where this becomes a regular part of our life, and this is how we eat, and this is how we live, so that it's not something that I'm only doing for 4 weeks. It's something that I'm doing forever, because investing in your health is the new wealth. This is the way to go. Invest in your health now so that you don't have to do it later. And the younger, the better. If you are in your 40s and you are fighting to lose those pounds, now is the time to lose it. 50, 60, 70, I don't care how old you are, now is the time to lose it. But the younger we can lose it, the better, because the more opportunities we will have as we get older to be healthier, because we've looked after it in a goodly time. It's just so important that we get fitness into our life as soon as we can. Now, we've had breakfast. I do not, as a rule, eat lunch. It's just me, because my day goes a little later. So, you know, I'm not eating my protein waffles till 11 or 12 some days. And that's okay. But then I'm eating my dinner by 5:30. Okay, so 5:30 dinner comes along. Dinner is the same, as I say all the time. We have our routine things. We have our chicken shish kebabs, our pork shish kebabs, our beef shish kebabs. We have steak. We have a homemade pizza that we'd like to make with a thin crust. We also like shrimp. So these are kind of our basics of things that we will eat during the week. And everything comes with a big salad. And sometimes there's some bread. I'm not the big one on the bread. My husband does like the bread. But we usually take a low-carb pita, little garlic butter on it, throw it on the barbecue, crisp it up, and that's what we have with our dinner. And there's always a veg. So simple meals. Don't overcomplicate these meals. Again, it's where people get lost. They overcomplicate things. Keep it simple so it gets you out of the kitchen as fast as humanly possible, because you don't want to be in there. Get out of the kitchen. I also want you to eat for the body you want. Now think about that. Eat for the body you want. What weight do you want to be at? Let's say, just an example, that you want to weigh 120 pounds. Okay, I want you to take that 120 pounds and multiply it by 10. Gives you 1,200. Multiply it by 12. That is your range between the 10 times and the 12 times of how many calories you need a day to sustain 120 pounds. Okay, if you are 170 pounds now and you want to get down to 120 pounds, you need to eat for the 120 pounds, not for the 170 pounds that you are currently at. Eating for the weight you want is going to get you to that weight and maintain that weight. And that is a really important formula that people need to understand, that you need to eat for the body that you want, not the body that you have. Next, I want you to pick an exercise. Don't care. Doesn't matter what it is. You don't need to do what I'm doing. You need to do what you want to do. Whether that's going to the gym, lifting weights, walking, running, yoga, doesn't matter. All I want is that you are consistent with what you are doing. Do it every day. Get out there and move. Move a couple times a day. Take a walk after dinner. Get your body moving. If you can move your body every day, you are going to see changes. But moving is really important. If you have a job where you are sitting all the time, and I know that's a lot of people, get yourself an exercise ball. If you work from home and you have an exercise ball, there is nothing better than grabbing an exercise ball and you can just sit on this. This is where you're sitting at your desk and you're doing your exercise from your exercise ball. There is nothing wrong with that, but it gets your body moving. That exercise ball uses almost every muscle in your body just to stay on it, to stabilize, to balance. Your core is tight. It is working for you. Not an exercise ball chair. Those are a different story, but just sitting on an exercise ball or getting up and walking around. If you do a lot of calls on your phone, do them while you're walking around the block. Anything that gets you up and moving. Something that I have started doing is now in my videos, I am doing them standing up. Because I used to do them sitting down, and sometimes it can take a while to film a video. And if I'm sitting down for the whole time, I really haven't got any movement. So now I'm trying to stand up in my videos because it does make a difference in your daily movement. Okay, anytime that you could stand rather than sit, walk rather than stand, you are making a difference. Okay, let's get into exactly what the challenge is going to be. Number 1, weigh, measure, picture. Number 2, journal every day. Write down what your goal is for the day. Write down everything you do during the day, what you eat, what exercise you do. Keep a log of it. Third one, we're going to do 80 to 100 ounces of water every day. Fill up a pitcher, drink that whole pitcher. That's yours. Put in whatever you need. If you need to put a little bit of squirt in it, a little Mio, a little Crystal Light, don't care, get it down. Exercise. I want you to exercise at least 3 to 4 times a week. Do a workout. Now, that can be, a 45-minute to an hour workout, and every day go for a walk, at least a 20-minute walk. 10 minutes out, 10 minutes back. First thing in the morning, after your meal. After your meals is the best time to get a walk because that's when it really starts to move, and that's what gets things digesting in your body. So if you can take the family and go for a walk after dinner, fantastic. It's a great time to get the walk in, gets the kids kind of wound down for the night, bath, bed, you're good to go. We want to eat a balanced diet, getting at least 70 grams of protein in. Protein waffles, whatever you need to do, get your protein in, 70 grams of protein a day, 3 meals a day, maximum, no snacking. Cut out those evening snacks. They are the worst for you. Evening is the hardest time because it's the time when people sit around the most, right? You've got time for a couple hours of Netflix. You've got time to go for a walk. It's just that simple. It's all about choices, making the right choices for you to make a difference. If you're really serious about losing 8 to 10 pounds in the next 4 weeks, this is how you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to be really aware of what you're doing, what you're putting in, how much you're moving. Super important. Awareness is going to be everything. And last is stay consistent. It is so easy to just get off track. Just stay consistent and you will see the results you're looking for in the next 4 weeks. We just need to stay consistent. Every day is new decisions, new choices. You want to eat something you shouldn't be eating? Think about it. Say to yourself, what's my why? Why am I doing this? Can I do better? You're doing your workouts. You're kind of just putting in the motions and not really doing what you need to do. Give your best. Always give your best. Go that little bit beyond. Do better. Do more. Stick to it. Write it down. Journal it. Drink the water. Simple, simple, simple process. Next week, I'm going to talk about struggles that you may be coming into during this, and let me know whatever things that you have that you are struggling with so that we can address them and maybe find you a way to stop the struggle. But the struggle is real. We all deal with them, and we all deal with them in different ways. So this is a great challenge to get us ready for fall, get us on the go. Kids are back in school. It's time to get back on track after the summer and get ready for the fall. Till I see you next week, you have some amazing workouts. You're awesome. High five.